And then we have the main event of the evening, a full-blown rematch from a fight just a few months ago. We got Alexander Volkanovski, one of the all-time greats at this weight class, if not the all-time great. It's either him or Jose Aldo. Then we have Diego Lopes on the other side. Young kid, worked his way up to a title shot. Almost knocked out Volk, but ultimately lost that fight. I'm not going to break down each guy because we know who they both are. When this fight was announced, there was a lot of backlash. People were furious to see that Diego Lopes jumped over two undefeated guys to get a second crack at the title. My personal opinion, though, is that Movsar Evloev was the rightful next in line. He should be fighting Alexander Volkanovski. Movsar is undefeated. Movsar is coming off a win over a former world champion, and Movsar beat Diego Lopes. He has a win over Diego Lopes. But I understand what the UFC didn't do it. Movsar is boring as shit. He is not a fun guy. He's boring. Simple as that. Lerone, the other undefeated gentleman who was passed over for a title shot, can also be boring. Diego, not boring. You see how simple that is? And that is literally the conversations the matchmakers have in the room. They've got the war room, they got the whiteboard, they got those, and they're like, should we do Movsar? I don't know, man. That guy's boring as shit. All right. What about Lerone Murphy? I don't know, man. Yeah, he knocked out Pico, but he's pretty fucking boring outside of that. What about Diego Lopes? Hell yeah. Book it. Because not only is he exciting, he appeals to the Mexican crowd. He appeals to the Brazilian crowd. He appeals to anybody who just enjoys fun fights because this guy gets after it. So when we start to break down this fight, we have to decide who we thought looked better or worse in the first fight. We have to look at how that first fight went. Was it a masterclass from Volk with one slight sip up, just getting him rocked in the second round? Or was Diego frozen by the moment with the jitters in his first main event? But this time, with that out of the way, he's going to thrive. I'm somewhere in the middle. It was clear to me that Volk was the better fighter in their first matchup, but Diego was the only one close to finding a finish. Volkanovski didn't almost finish Diego Lopes. He just did what he does. Stayed busy, got in his face, got the takedowns, didn't worry about it. He just stayed busy. Diego Lopes was the one who almost found a finish. Diego Lopes also went 5 full rounds. We didn't know what his cardio was going to be. Volk was in there. He felt the pressure. He felt the power. And because of that, I assume Volk's going to wrestle here. But he tried to wrestle last fight. He went 1 for 11 in his takedown attempts. This is a really fun rematch to break down, and it's likely a fun fight to watch. My heart is saying Diego, and that he'll find the button this time around. My brain is saying we just saw this fight, and not much has changed. The only thing that's changed between the last fight and this fight is Diego has felt it. Diego was in a 5-round main event. Diego fought for a belt, and maybe those jitters are out of the way, and he just shows up ready to go, all animal, not worried about a thing, or he lost his fight already. It's in his head. Or he shows up perfectly ready to go, and it doesn't matter because Volk's just a better fighter. I'm going to have to lean Volk. I'm going to use the big boy brain. I picked Diego the first time. I was wrong. I was almost right in the second round. I ended up being wrong. And now that Volk almost got knocked out but didn't and survived and won, A, gives him confidence that his chin isn't completely gone because before that, he got knocked out 2 times in a row. And B, might just tell him to shoot a takedown pretty quick. I'm not messing around up here. I'll shoot takedowns. My jiu-jitsu's fine. I'll be good. Alexander Volkanovski is going to be the pick. The only real bet that'll make a ton of sense here when the odds drop will be Diego Lopes win inside the distance, decision, no action. You can put as much money as you want on that. All that bet means is if Diego finishes Alexander Volkanovski, you get paid. But if he loses a decision, hell, if he somehow wins a decision, you get a full refund. The bet never happened. The only way you lose that bet and they keep your money is if Volk finishes Diego Lopes, and we know that's not going to happen. So expect that bet from me. Make sure you push notifications to turn on so when we do place that bet, we can send it to you. Guys, that is the breakdown. Do me a favor, click subscribe. If you appreciate your boy being here breaking down these damn fights this early, click the button. Costs you nothing to subscribe. You can also follow all the socials, not just here. We Want Picks on YouTube, where We Want Picks on Twitter, where We Want Picks on TikTok, where We Want Picks on Facebook, where We Want Picks on Instagram, where We Want Picks in Discord. Subscribe, follow the boys, support the boys. Costs you nothing to click a couple buttons. I appreciate every last one of you being here.